What's up, traders? My name's Clay. I own Ronin 4X, and in this whiteboard video, we're going to talk about gold. We're going to talk about silver, and I mean, it's what everybody's talking about. I get so many messages a day about gold, about silver, about precious metals, and like about 6 months ago, I started focusing on YouTube, gold, silver, doing a metals forecast, and you know, I've been pretty right on about this rally. So a lot of things is people, especially new beginner traders, intermediate traders, are like, what's going on with gold? Why is this even happening? A lot of people out there don't even know that this is happening, or maybe aware of it, curious about it. Should I buy gold? Should I buy silver? What should I do? Why is this happening, and what's happening with the US dollar? So want to answer those questions for you, maybe talk about some potential buying opportunities for precious metals, what not to do. And of course, this is all speculation. You know, just like speculators in the 1800s, gold is the most tantalizing thing. It's every beginner trader loses their ass on gold in the beginning. It's like there's something about human beings and gold that is so mesmerizing. So I want to at least, you know, uncover the mystery about it in this video and talk about why this is even happening right now, in my opinion. So first of all, why is gold right now? It's at 2030. Gold's at $2,000.30 or $2,030 an ounce. Silver, on the other hand, is at $28.03, 5 cents, 6 cents, depending on where you're looking at it, right? So why has it risen so much? So last year, gold went from $1,350. This is the technical breakout point, $1,350, and is appreciated by about $700 in less than a year. So obviously we had COVID, but this already started before the coronavirus or whatever the hell is going on. So, you know, I mean, it almost is like this was already set up to happen. I'm not going to get too deep into conspiracies of why this could be happening in the financial market, but I do believe there's a lot tied to what's happening in the financial market, to what's happening with the virus, or the numbers of the virus, or the reaction to the virus, and they seem to be pretty well correlated. Not too many people are thinking about, I wonder how this is affecting the richest people financially. So, you know, a lot of them have gotten way richer. So, but number one, why has it appreciated so much? And the answer would be, in my opinion, as a hedge against the inflation of the dollar. So there's so many reasons why the dollar, we haven't really even started to experience the mass inflation that I think we will see down the road. And this is a big deal. You know, if we weren't the United States and the world reserve currency, especially with the amount of stimulus that's going on right now, I think that Donald Trump is going to do like an executive bill to push through another, I don't know how many $trillion of stimulus. But the thing is, like, a lot of people that are like, wow, that's great, more stimulus for me. But they don't realize that this money's coming from nothing. So it's just being printed by the Federal Reserve. So essentially it's, you know, just like, you know, if I had a notebook right here. Here we go. Here's my journal. If I was like, you know what, each one of these pages is $100. This is what we're doing now. It would be the same thing essentially, or maybe a Post-it notes or whatever, because all it is, you know, we've just deemed it has value, but really it's just paper. So, man, so it's a very touchy subject, especially in terms of the stimulus and what's going on. I'm not trying to make a political statement at all. I'm just making the observation that you just can't print something out of thin air and expect it to just last forever. So, so what it's going to do over X amount of time is create inflation for the dollar, meaning that it's going to be worth less, and things are going to cost even more money. So people are not going to like that in the long run, that's for sure. So it's a hedge against that. So what investors are doing, hedge funds, banks, countries, China and Russia have stocked up and stockpiled gold. It's very becoming more and more difficult to buy and receive physical gold or silver in mass amounts, because it's being bought up by the people that already know what's going on. So that's why it's a hedge, which means it's a protection against inflation of the dollar, which means lower value of the dollar, because even if the dollar, it bottoms out, that's just going to make the price and value of gold and silver and other precious commodities. Also, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, I think, is going to make a big rally soon. I'm not an expert in crypto. I've never claimed to be. But as far as it's just, it's starting to establish itself as having value. You can hate it or love it, but, it has a track record now, right? So, and people have placed a value on it. So, the dollar is going to lose its value because of all the stimulus, because of all the printing of money that the United States doesn't have, right? And trillions of dollars. It's a big deal. Nobody's really talking about it except for other traders that I follow and fund managers and that kind of thing. And this is why we're seeing this massive boost in the metals, because people that are aware of this are buying it up in mass quantities, and it's driving the value of it higher. And I think it's, the more stimulus that we put out there, the dollar is going to become more weak, and precious commodities are going to appreciate in value. So this is the main reason. Like I said, this started, I'll get into this in a minute, this started back in July of last year, even before coronavirus happened or whatever's going on. I have to say that afterwards, but because nobody really knows. A few people know, I guess. But so that's number one, inflation hedge. 2, risk aversion. So what does that mean, especially if you're not a trader and you're like, one of my main strategies, the people that are in my VIP group, the people that I mentor, the people that I train, especially in my advanced sections, are how to determine what the risk threshold in the market, I guess you would say the overall market bias, the risk bias. So by it being risk, right, that means more people are willing to take risks with their money, invest in stocks, invest in futures, invest in options, whatever it is. And right now it's very strange, because we're seeing the stock market still push higher, break into new highs, but there's a lot of risk aversion in the marketplace, and the true barometer of that is what's happening with gold. The fact that it's so high, it's at all-time highs, and right now it's at 2030. So risk aversion to nobody really knows what's going to happen with the coronavirus. We have an election here in the United States in less than 3 months, and so far, from what I can tell, it's a shit show. Because we haven't had one debate. One of the candidates just hides in his basement the whole time. Trump, Trump is Trump. So it's going to be a show, I would say, going to be a bit of a fiasco, and nobody really knows what to expect. We also have the protests, the Antifa looting and rioting, and there's unrest all over the world, right? And people are sick of the coronavirus. Some people are dying. Doctors can't prescribe medicine that's supposed to work. And on top of that, last week we had this massive explosion, which appeared to be a bombing, and Lebanon is starting to confirm that. So this massive bombing in Beirut, because it looked like gold was about to dip. It looked like silver and gold was about to get a good dip. I was sitting there chomping at the bit. I was watching it. I was like, yes, finally we get the dip. And then the bombing happened, and boom, there we go. As soon as that happened, gold broke the $2,000 threshold. Silver nearly hit $30, and then we've retraced a bit to 28. So, just a little side note about silver. So, like 3 weeks ago, when it was at 1950 and it started breaking out, I put a buy-in with X amount of lot size, and then I put a buy-in on a demo account with X amount of lot size. And once on that trade hit about a few $1,000s, I closed it on my live account and just left it running on my demo account just to leave it there, you know, not really, just to see where it's going to go. And so I closed out so early on this silver trade and left it on the demo trade. And where it would be today, I would have made $80,000 on silver. I can laugh about it now because I've already been crying for the past 2 weeks. So whatever, you know, one of the things I teach my traders is there's always another trade. So I know that. I learned a lesson from it, you know, especially when we're in the midst of a massive breakout. Don't get greedy. Don't take your profits too early and let them run. So yeah, but that sucked. It sucks. So anyways, that's why I'm chomping at the bit. I would love to see a dip. I thought we might get one to 21, to 22, 23, but I don't know now. So going to be watching levels 24, 25 in gold. I don't know, 1800 maybe. 1750 is very hopeful, but you know, being optimistic, that's for sure. So we'll see. We got some dollar strength following NFP on Friday. We'll see if it materializes. However, this news about the stimulus and Trump doing an executive order to push through the next round of stimulus, which I get it. It's definitely a power play 2 months from an election to push that through and make it happen for a lot of people, because people do need the stimulus. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that they don't need it. But I personally feel that too much stimulus is going to have some very, very negative long-term effects that, you know, people aren't really taking into consideration. So, so number 3 is the very low interest rates in the United States, and even negative interest rates in parts of Europe and other countries right now. So over X amount of time, this, you know, it's great to have such low interest rates when you're looking to buy a house, buy some real estate, that kind of thing, get a loan from a bank. But this is only going to contribute to long-term inflation of the dollar, you know. And so the Fed back in July of last year lowered interest rates. It was a big slash, and started their quantitative easing program, and this is when gold really started to take off. Silver's catching up, so I do think silver right now is going to be a better investment than gold, because gold is already hitting new highs. Silver hasn't caught up yet. And then I think the Bitcoin is going, I don't know, we'll see, but I think it's going to go gold, silver, and then we're going to see a massive cryptocurrency Bitcoin rally. So, but like I said, I don't think buying Bitcoin's a bad idea personally, but don't take out a huge loan to buy it. So, but hey, you do have super low interest rates right now. But definitely don't do that if you're not employed, and a lot of people aren't. So anyways, that's a side note. And 4, I've already mentioned on it, just the technical breakout levels. If you can go to my YouTube channel, just look up my gold and silver videos, and I've gone over step by step all these levels that we're at in gold and in silver. So what I'm looking for, 1800 in gold, let's see, $25 in silver, and then toward 24 would be amazing, and I think those are going to be good buying opportunities, right? So by the way, if you're following a mentor or trader or whatever, and they've been trading stuff but they don't know the numbers off the top of the head, maybe they're not trading it or watching the markets closely enough. So you want to get to a place where the asset classes that you're studying, that you know the levels off the top of your head, and you don't have to even go off the charts. And once you do that, the technical analysis isn't quite a big factor. You know, it can really free you up. So inflation hedge, risk aversion, low negative interest rates, and this technical breakouts created this perfect storm in the metals markets. It's pretty, something like this happens once every 10 years, once in a lifetime. So, you know, like I said, I'm just hoping, praying to the trading gods for that dip. I closed that trade earlier. Way too early. I would have made a year's worth of profits, you know, in 3 weeks, and but you know, lesson learned. So life goes on, I guess. So, but that being said, now here we are. We're at 2030. We're at $28, and now we're seeing a lot of euphoric buying, especially in the retail market. So what I mean by retail markets is maybe we're seeing the banks and institutions start to back off a bit. And now here comes in, weekend warrior retail trader, and is like, oh man, buy. And this is when, I'm just saying this as a word of caution, this is when most likely I think the rug is going to get pulled out from a lot of traders that are getting long and trying to buy because it just keeps going up. They're making money. And then all of a sudden, the market's ruthless, man. It's just going to rip out your heart and eat it. So when you see this euphoric buying and everybody's buying, you need to start to, I'm not saying sell, I'm saying start to back off. Be patient, let the market come to you, get that good dip, because I do think we're going to 2,500 in gold. Probably 3,000. I think we're going to $50 in silver. So, but you want to get that good entry, and then you can sleep a lot better at night. That's for sure. So I hope you found this video helpful. We have an amazing community of traders. I teach my trading strategies in the most simplest way I can get them across. I've had success with people, hundreds of people from all over the world that have changed their life. And now I've created a program, a one-on-one mentoring program that helps people pick out a strategy unique to them and then go out and get funded with outside capital. I'm super excited about it and proud of it. We're having some great results from the traders that are in there. So if that interests you, click the link below to get started. I'd love to see you in my group. And thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you see it on Instagram, click the link in my bio for information, or go ahead and shoot me a message. I'd love to chat. So have a great weekend, everybody, and keep your eye on gold and silver. Keep your eye on the Fed. And, of course, everybody, you can't help but see what's going on with COVID. So let's hope it ends soon. And thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. Peace.